Faking disability, the ultimate scam for profit. The livestream economy is brutally competitive, pushing some creators past the moral boundary into outright deception. The incident known as faking disability represents the most cynical form of exploitation, using an audience's genuine sympathy to generate profit under false pretenses. The creator at the center of this scandal spent months, if not years, convincing their community that they were severely physically disabled, confined to a wheelchair, and in constant need of medical assistance and financial support. This created a massive wave of sympathy donations, paid subscriptions, and emotional engagement from an audience desperate to help a struggling individual. The shocking reality exposed in a single unscripted moment was the complete and utter falsehood of their condition. Footage emerged showing the creator not only standing but walking, running, and performing actions they had explicitly claimed were impossible for them. The emotional betrayal was immense, transforming the audience's sympathy into disgust. The platform's reaction was swift, terminating the channel for fraud and malicious deception. This incident proved that for some, human empathy is merely a resource to be farmed, and a deep-seated lie is the foundation of a multi-year scam. Burned down house, the accident that became a disaster. Live streaming has a unique ability to turn simple negligence into total catastrophe. The incident known as burned down house is a terrifying example of how reckless behavior, amplified by the need for viral content, can lead to the destruction of property and the endangerment of lives. The creator involved was attempting a stunt, often involving fire or pyrotechnics, to celebrate a milestone or react to a challenge. In this particular agonizing incident, a small, controllable flame rapidly escalated. The streamer, either through panic, inexperience, or the pressure of the live moment, failed to contain the blaze. The camera, which was rolling the entire time, captured the devastating sight of the living space rapidly filling with smoke and then being engulfed in flames. The stream didn't cut out until the fire was fully out of control and emergency services were called. The subsequent investigation found massive structural damage and a complete loss of the apartment or house. The entire disaster was broadcast to thousands, serving as a permanent warning against mixing dangerous stunts with the immediate chaotic nature of a live stream. This was not just a ban, it was a criminal investigation into arson and negligence, all documented in high definition for the police to review. FouseyTube breakdown, the collapse of a career. The case of FouseyTube Emiru Attacked is not defined by a single crime, but by the slow, public, and often painful implosion of a career and a personality under the relentless scrutiny of the camera. The FouseyTube breakdown stands as a monument to the destructive power of constant performance and mental health negligence in the digital age. Fousey, already known for his elaborate pranks and charismatic, but often volatile persona, entered a period where his live streams became increasingly erratic, delusional, and detached from reality. He would launch into hours-long rants, make bizarre and unfounded claims, and engage in chaotic public confrontations, often claiming he was the target of massive, complex conspiracies orchestrated by his haters. The ultimate breakdown happened in a hotel lobby, broadcast live, where police were eventually called due to his erratic and aggressive behavior. The stream captured his dramatic confrontation with police, resulting in his eventual arrest. The entire episode was a tragic, raw documentary on a man's complete mental collapse, witnessed by millions. It was shocking because it was a public display of raw, unfiltered mania, highlighting how the pressure to maintain relevance can destroy the performer behind the facade. Emiru Attacked, when harassment reached the home. Harassment is common in streaming, but the Emiru Attacked incident showed the terrifying escalation when online toxicity translates into a physical, real-world invasion of privacy and safety. Emiru, a prominent streamer, and her housemates were the victims of a highly targeted and deeply disturbing incident that took place while streaming. While live, a stream of individuals, reportedly fans or highly aggressive harassers, found the physical location of the streamer house and proceeded to break in or attempt forced entry into the residence. The stream captured the raw terror of the housemates as they scrambled to hide, call police, and barricade themselves against the intruders. The invasion was a direct physical consequence of being too visible online. The incident was shocking because it proved that the physical safety of female streamers in particular is constantly at risk from obsessive, aggressive individuals who feel entitled to access their private lives. Emiru Attacked was a horrifying realization for the entire community. The boundary between the digital chat room and the physical home is fragile, and the consequences of targeted harassment can be immediate, violent, and deeply traumatic. Stabbed to death, the ultimate tragic end. We conclude with the darkest incident possible, a life taken while the stream was running. The tag "stabbed to death" represents the horrifying culmination of live-streamed conflict, where a simple argument or a dangerous encounter escalates into a fatal act of violence, with the ultimate tragedy broadcast unedited and unfiltered. These rare but devastating incidents, often occurring during arguments between housemates or during volatile public confrontations, are captured in horrifying detail. The final, agonizing moments of the victim are recorded, followed by the sound of the fight, the panic of the perpetrator or bystanders, and the eventual arrival of emergency services and police. This is the ultimate shock, because it is irreversible and absolute. The livestream becomes a murder scene recording, providing prosecutors and detectives with the final, damning evidence of a homicide. The incident known as "stabbed to death" proves that in the quest for extreme content, the stakes are not merely a ban or a fine. The stakes are life itself. The unforgiving camera keeps rolling, immortalizing the crime and delivering the most severe, permanent consequence possible. Church shooting. Violence unfiltered. The line between a streamer's personal drama and global terrorism was irrevocably erased by the broadcast of the church shooting and similar acts of mass violence. These are not streamer controversies. They are acts of targeted hatred and terror, utilizing the stream format for one single terrifying purpose: maximum, immediate dissemination of fear and ideology. The most infamous cases involve perpetrators who, before beginning their brutal attacks on unsuspecting public spaces like mosques, schools, or churches, begin a stream using a head-mounted camera. They narrate their hateful manifesto, detail their plans, and then broadcast the entire agonizing event from the moment of entry to the brutal conclusion. The church shooting stream in particular was one of the earliest high-profile examples of this phenomenon. The perpetrator used the live stream as a sick form of marketing, knowing the footage would be immediately captured, re-uploaded, and spread globally, allowing their message of hate to reach millions before platforms could react. The shock here is the weaponization of the live format, turning the stream from entertainment into a terrifying, unedited window onto mass murder, demonstrating that streaming platforms are now, tragically, tools of terror. Live assault. The unscripted street violence. The moment a stream shifts from harmless interaction to criminal battery is instant and terrifying. The incident known simply as live assault refers to numerous incidents where streamers engaged in IRL, in real life, broadcasts and were either the victim or the perpetrator of sudden physical street violence. In the most cited cases, the streamer, often trying to provoke a reaction or capture raw street interactions for views, finds themselves in an unexpected, non-consensual physical fight. The stream provides an unedited, real-time record of the attack, complete with audio of the impact, screaming, and the immediate aftermath. The shock here lies in the unfiltered intimacy of the violence. Unlike edited news footage, the livestream captures the raw, human panic of the moment. Furthermore, in cases where the streamer was the aggressor, the footage acts as irrefutable evidence for police charges, transforming the viewer from an audience member into a witness to a crime. Live assault proves that the search for street content is often a direct path to a physical injury, legal charges, and a permanent, violent record of the event. Burning alive. The horrific extremity. This is perhaps one of the most difficult and darkest incidents in the history of live broadcasts, moving beyond mere controversy into the realm of extreme human suffering and attempted homicide. The incident, titled "Burned Alive," refers to several documented instances where an individual attempted or successfully caused extreme self-harm or physical torture using fire, with the entire agony broadcast to the audience. In one of the most high-profile cases associated with this tag, the perpetrator used an accelerant to set themselves on fire, recording the act with a chilling, premeditated calm. The stream instantly descended into chaos as viewers watched the physical destruction unfold, screaming into their screens for someone, anyone, to intervene. The reason this incident stands out is the sheer, uncompromising horror of the live broadcast. It forces the audience to confront the reality of immediate, agonizing pain. This content, which platforms scramble to purge, often ends in life-altering injuries or death. It represents the final, tragic frontier of self-destructive content, where the desire for extreme attention clashes violently with the reality of mortal pain. The broadcast served as a raw, horrifying record of a life utterly destroyed by the pressures of digital existence. The 8 moments we have reviewed, from the calculated deception of faking disability to the pure malice of a church shooting and the finality of being stabbed to death, are not isolated incidents. They are the scars of an industry built on the raw, unedited, and dangerous truth of human behavior. The promise of the livestream is chaos, and these moments are the proof that sometimes that chaos exacts the highest possible price.